For most people, money is something you earn. It is a paycheck that covers the bills, a bonus for a job well done, savings for a rainy day. This is the world of new money, direct result of one person's hard work within their lifetime. Fast cars, lavish parties, a lifestyle that announces newfound prosperity. Old money families see wealth differently. Money is not a personal possession to be spent freely, it is a multi-generational legacy, stewarded, protected, passed down. They are temporary custodians of a family fortune that existed before them and will exist after them. Decisions are not for immediate gratification. They plan for great-grandchildren they will never meet. Their wealth is not disposable income, it is the foundation of the family's future security and influence. New money celebrates the individual. Old money emphasizes continuity. Their structures subordinate individual desires to the long-term health of the dynasty. It's a long game, patience, discipline, a deep sense of history. When a wealthy individual passes away, the government often steps in to claim a significant portion of their assets. This is known as the estate tax, sometimes called the death tax. As of today, August 24, 2025, the federal estate tax can be as high as 40%. For a fortune valued at $100 million, that could mean tens of millions in tax. This is where an irrevocable trust comes into play. A trust holds assets for beneficiaries and can remove them from your taxable estate. Stocks, real estate, cash. Creating an irrevocable trust permanently transfers ownership of assets into the trust's name. Because the individual no longer legally owns these assets, they are not part of their personal estate when they die. Consequently, these assets are not subject to the estate tax. Think of your personal estate as a bucket that gets measured and taxed when you die. Moving assets into an irrevocable trust puts them in a separate, protected bucket long before that measurement. Its power is proactive planning. Old money set up trusts decades in advance. That careful planning moves wealth out of taxable estates, preserving principal for heirs. Beyond the tax burden, another major hurdle is a legal process called probate. Probate validates a will in court and is notoriously slow. During probate, a family's assets are effectively frozen. Bills may go unpaid. Business opportunities can be missed. Probate is public. Anyone can read the will and asset inventory. That draws journalists, curious neighbors, distant relatives, and potential litigants. Assets held in a trust bypass probate, the trust owns the assets, not the individual. There's no court to administer the transfer. It's private. When the trust creator dies, the successor trustee steps in and follows the pre-written rules. There is no court involvement, no lengthy delays, and no public filing. The family's financial life continues without interruption. Businesses keep running. Investments continue to be managed. Beneficiaries can receive support immediately. Avoiding probate protects the family from exposure and security risks. It eliminates administrative headaches and legal costs. It preserves control even in death. Continuity is the core benefit. One of the greatest fears for any wealthy family is that an heir might squander the fortune. The old saying, shirt sleeves to shirt sleeves in 3 generations, exists for a reason. First generation makes the money, second generation enjoys it, third generation can lose it all. Old money families are acutely aware of this risk. They use trust to build safeguards. A trust is a rule book that dictates how and when money is used. The grantor can set highly specific conditions and provisions. For example, income distributions rather than lump sums. The principal is sealed. The golden goose must not be touched. Distributions can be tied to life achievements, like graduating college, or matching earned income to encourage productive careers. Trusts can include spendthrift clauses, stopping beneficiaries from selling their interest or using it as collateral. That protects assets from poor decisions and creditors. It creates responsible stewardship, support and opportunity, but with safeguards. It's the ultimate defense against the shirt sleeves curse. In today's world, wealth can attract legal trouble. A successful person is often a target for lawsuits, accidents, or frivolous claims. Divorce can be one of the single greatest threats to a family's fortune. Old money uses trusts as a financial fortress. The key is legal separation of ownership. Assets in an irrevocable trust aren't personal property. If a beneficiary is sued, creditors generally can only reach assets they personally own. Trust-owned assets are generally beyond creditors' reach. Beneficiaries may receive income but do not own the underlying assets. This applies to stocks, real estate, art, and other investments. Assets placed in trust before marriage can remain separate property, Keeping wealth in a generational trust prevents divorce from transferring half the legacy to an ex-spouse. The trust assets remain intact for the family bloodline. It acts like a prenuptial agreement across generations. This isolating quality is a cornerstone of wealth preservation. It separates family capital from personal liabilities. This legal armor helps families survive storms without a financial shipwreck. It's a testament to a defensive, long-term mindset. A common misconception is that trusts are simply static vaults where cash is locked away. This could not be further from the truth. A trust is an active investment vehicle. The principal is managed to grow over the long term. They invest for sustainable, long-term growth to outpace inflation. Trusts invest in a diversified portfolio, including sustainable, income-generating assets. Management is entrusted to professional trustees or committees with fiduciary duty. They are legally bound to act in beneficiaries' best interests. Stocks, bonds, real estate, private equity, and other sophisticated instruments. Strategy conserves principal and distributes returns as income. Heirs benefit from income while the principal keeps growing. Undistributed returns are reinvested, growing the principal year after year. Patient, disciplined strategy lets wealth compound over centuries. While trusts are central, old money uses a sophisticated arsenal of legal entities. Each tool is built for a particular purpose. Think dynasty trusts, ILITs, family foundations, interconnected shields around the family crest. Dynasty trusts hold assets for generations, bypassing estate taxes at each transfer. An ILIT holds large life insurance policies for tax-free liquidity. When death occurs, the payout provides immediate cash to pay taxes and debts without selling core assets. Family foundations combine philanthropy with tax advantages and preserve influence. Young family members learn governance and stewardship by serving on foundation boards. Enduring wealth is no accident. It's disciplined, multi-generational planning. They minimize taxes, avoid probate, protect against lawsuits, and control spending. Their secret isn't earning more, it's losing less. Using a legal playbook, they guarantee the legacy will outlive them all. If this piques your interest, consult an estate planning professional. This is educational, not legal advice. If you found this useful, like and subscribe for more explainers. Old money structures aren't mysterious. They're legal frameworks designed to preserve capital across centuries. Thanks for watching.